Yo, people, what's good, man? It's been a long time. Shelltastic, I'm back. I've got a couple videos I'm gonna do. Um, but yeah, it's been a while. Just been busy, caught up with life as we do. Um, but yeah, man, definitely back. The World Cup's here, and I said I got to get the channel. You know what I mean? People were talking to me about the channel. I said, you know what, I got to get it popping for the World Cup. You know, definitely got to get it popping for the World Cup. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna switch up a bit. I'm gonna do a bit of walk around the house. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a little bit different. Normally I'm in the car, but you know I will drop some videos in the car this week as well. But no, so let me try to keep up to date with the World Cup stuff. You know. So yeah, man, I'm back. Let's talk about the opening game we saw last night. We saw the host Qatar against South Americans Ecuador. And you know, to be honest, if I didn't know too much about Qatar going into it, obviously we in Ecuador have been good in the South American qualifying. They've actually held both Argentina and Brazil undefeated against both. So, you know, I think that yeah, they've already conceded like 3 or 4 in the whole that tournament, the whole qualifying. So they were solid. And at the start of the game, I looked at it as I know a lot of people say Qatar are not at the level, and they're not. But I don't look at it like that. I look at it more nervousness. Now, any of you that have played football at any level, no matter if it's a Saturday, Sunday league, semi-pro, professional, you will know that the question I'm going to ask you is, who's the most important player on the pitch? And a lot of people think we talk about, you'll give me different positions. For me, anyone that knows football properly will always tell you the keeper. And the reason why, because the keeper can put confidence in the team, or he can put nervousness in the team. And for me, not to say that those players, I'm sure them players, you put them in training, they can pass the ball because their coach, he was a Barcelona B coach for 11 years. So you know the type of football you're trying to get into play. And it was very evident earlier they're trying to be technical passer. And there was little moments in it that you could see they were good at passing. But as soon as the pressure and the physicality of Ecuador kicked in, they were panicking. But I think the panic didn't just start because of the pressure of Ecuador. I think the panic kicked in from the keeper. The very first action of that game, the first free kick, even though it was ruled offside from VAR, the first panic in that game was the keeper came up, missed the ball completely. Then he missed the second attempt. And then obviously the guy overhit, kicked it, and Valencia did get the first goal. It was disallowed because it was offside. But for me, that was that moment where that puts nervousness, especially the host nation. The whole world's watching you. You've got your own fans in the stadium. First game or opening night of the biggest tournament in world football, or world sport, sorry. And if your keeper comes and punches that or catches it, that just brings confidence. I know people that don't understand sport might think, but it's not. That's just one person. There's 10 other outfield players. Trust me, when you're in team sports, the first moments in any game always set the tone for the whole game, and everyone just picks up off that. If the first tone is negative, it can set a whole negative tone for the team. And those that understand sports, but especially in this topic, football, understand that your keeper comes out and looks nervous. I played in teams where I ain't trust my keeper, and it can sometimes put you out of position. Like, and I mean, when I was at centre back, you can put you out of position where you don't feel comfortable, and then sometimes you overcompensate, and then you leave certain other spaces for other players to run into. You know what I mean? But that's a bit more technical talking about football, but it can work like that. If you've got a confident man behind you, trust me, your game goes different. You start worrying about the things that you should be doing rather than what another man should be doing. So I think the keeper put nervousness from that first moment to the first goal, the penalty. You know, it just set off nervousness for the whole team, and they just got nervous. And once you get nervous, you get frustrated because your first touch is poor. Everybody knows the first and most important thing in football is your first touch. You know, just a simple 5-yard pass. If you can get your first touch in and move it quickly, you actually can move the ball quickly. And a pass that wouldn't be there if you held it on, well, it's actually there if you move it quick. And I think that just set the tone for Qatar, and they just looked nervous. Poor first touches. They did have that one opportunity in the first half, the first bit of quality I saw from them. But Ecuador, on the flip side, Valencia, my God, I haven't seen that guy since he was at Everton, I think. I know he played, he played for Everton and West Ham. I think you know him more for the West Ham days. Very composed penalty. What just slotted it like he's been doing that for years. Good penalty. And then the second goal can't blame the keeper. It's just a wonderful header. What a header that is in the bottom corner. You won't see a better header in the tournament probably. What a header that was. Right in the bottom corner, no chance. And Ecuador probably could have scored more. They were comfortable, to be fair. They just managed the second half. So Qatar, obviously, I think they go down as the first host to lose on opening night. And unfortunately, I just feel like the golfing quality is not there. But I just felt like if they could have started to set the tone properly, it might have been a bit more competitive than you thought. But I always thought Ecuador, and most of you are going to say to me, well, they were always going to win. And I'm not disagreeing. But I just feel like when you set the tone the wrong way, just like anything, it's not just the keeper. The first challenge in a football game, the first decision that goes against you or goes for you, the first pass, the first assist, the first goal. These are things that normally often talked in football are the most important because it sets the tone for the whole team. You know, and when your keeper makes a dodgy one like he did, and his confidence just got worse and worse throughout the game. Yeah, the whole team just gets nervous from it. So, yeah, but that's my takes from the game. Ecuador looked good, looked strong, athletic. So there'll be a tough tough cookie to break down from the bigger teams. But it's a good start for them. And yeah, for Qatar, I mean, Senegal and the Dutch to come after that, I can't see them picking up any points out of those games. So they might go down as a first host. I don't know. I think they'll probably go down as the first host to lose all 3 games, probably. But, you know, let's not write them off, you know. Let's see if they can build confidence in the next one. But yeah, good start for Ecuador. Great start to the World Cup as well. You know, nice to see goals, nice to see the tournament kick off. You know, I've been looking forward to it. So it's a different World Cup. In many ways, I think this might be one of the best World Cups ever. And the reason why I say this is because players are now going into a tournament in form, like at the peak of their fitness. Normally at the end of a season, summer, burn out, play 60, 70 games for the season, tired, and then you get told to go and play for World Cup. So you might not get the best. I feel like you'll get the best of the players now, you know, because they're actually at their peak. It's a weird World Cup. We've never had a winter one before, but you might actually get a better World Cup for that. And yeah, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, good start for Ecuador. It finished 2-0 to Ecuador, so Qatar knew Ecuador 2. So yeah, I don't think I even mentioned. I was just talking about the goals. But yeah, that's my takes on it, man. Yeah, I'm sorry for the wait. I'll be back on it properly now with the channel. Just like I said, live things and everything gets caught up in one. But yeah, I'm back, and again, I'll be like I said, I'm walking around, kind of selfie video today. I'll be back in the car doing the videos as I usually do, but you know, just switch it up sometimes, you know, get different views. And sometimes good to just do it on the bounce as well while you're live with the games. So yeah, but I'm back. Good breakdown of that game. And yeah, man, let's move on to the rest of the World Cup, man. So we've got England coming up as well. So yeah, that's a good start for the World Cup, man. So good, well done to Valencia and Ecuador for picking up the 3 points in the opening game. And we move on to the next game. Shelltastic, peace.